Corey here with another podcast for Healing for Yarning up in beautiful Darkin country here today and on the entrance. Brother over on today.
Yeah, willei. Wiradjuri man. Yeah, grew up in Redfern, Waterloo, Marrickville.
How's it, growing up? And thanks for coming today, bro. But how's it growing up, across Marrickville, Waterloo, Redfern?
If we're going back from because we first moved from Cowra. I was born in Sydney, Camperdown Hospital. Lived there till I was about 6 or 12 months or something. Moved to Cowra, and when I was about 4 or 5, we moved back to Sydney. We were staying at the Munro's place down the road from yours, in John Street there. And then, after that, we got another little house in I think it was Renwick Street in Redfern. Yeah, anyway, it was somewhere there. And then we ended up moving to Enmore and then to Marrickville. But yeah, growing up in Sydney was, like when you're living there, it's mad. Like when you're living in amongst it, it's like, yeah, fuck, this is alright. And when you're a kid, it's you don't know any different.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know any different, and it's just, this is an area type of thing. And then, and also like when you're growing up, I didn't realise growing up as a kid up until I got like a bit older, the significance that what my parents done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you don't really know any of that stuff,
Just mum and dad.
Yeah, it's just mum and dad, yeah.
Yep.
And then it's odd too, because a lot of the kids that I grew up with lived down the block.
Yep.
But I didn't live down the block, I lived at Marrickville.
Yep.
So I was sort of seen as, not one of them kids. Wasn't down the block all the time. We'd be at fucking Waterloo, or we'd go back to fucking Marrickville. And then, so I'd always get into a lot of fights as a kid just because I didn't live down the block or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes back to, like what I said, my parents were around Redfern, Waterloo, like all through there, growing up, and not growing up, but in their like later years and stuff like that, like in their later teens and early 20s, and setting up all these places like the children's service, the legal service, and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so, but yeah, going back to growing up in Redfern and Waterloo was kind of school and stuff there was pretty good.
Yeah. Good old Redfern Public there.
Redfern Public there, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I was just having a yarn and done the podcast with JC Boy, and his little badge of honour is like, I was one of the last kids to go through Redfern Public because it changed when he said I think he was in year 4. He said.
Yeah, it changed over. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, but there were such talented people that come through that school.
Oh yeah.
And I suppose that's where, I'm not the most talented at all sports or whatever, but I was always good with playing any type of sport. I suppose it's from playing or going to school with all these other kids and just getting in, trying it, testing out, see how you go.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a shirt. I think you were on the shirt, bro. I think you're a few years younger, but was in the Redfern school, won some state cup through footy.
Yeah.
Some of the names on that shirt, bro, like, talk about football players.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's probably would have been Johnny Stewart's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because we all played. They was in year 6, and him, Naif, Anno. Like all the couple of older fellas, Dan, Harry, I think they was all there as well.
Yep.
But then, there was me, a couple of us younger fellas that were in year 4 that year that played in that team.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was probably about 3 or 4 of us maybe.
Yeah, I think it was you, Anno.
Anno, yeah. No, they They're older.
Oh,
So,
he was a bit older.
yeah, they're 2 years older. They was all in Johnny Stewart's year.
Yeah.
But there was me, Brad Carr,
Yep.
Clayton,
Yes, Clayton. That's what
Des.
it's called.
and yeah, I think that might have been only 4. There might have been 4 or 5, so there might have been one more. But
Yeah.
we're the ones that were in like year 4 that were playing in the seniors.
Yep.
Yeah. We ended up going playing in the grand final at where was it? Sydney Cricket Ground.
Oh, yep.
And Champa ended up, I don't know how it happened, but he ended up being our coach. I don't know how the fuck that worked out.
Funny, Yana done a podcast with his son. He's up in Kempsey coaching now, and I was like, I used to look at your dad and go, I'd never be that coach. Now you're up in Kempsey coaching.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, touched on there, growing up around Redfern, Waterloo, and Marrickville, and it's that similar yarn for a lot of people. Is that because Marrickville then was just establishing itself as really as a black community.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that back and forth.
Yeah. And it was like it was good in a way too, because it was like getting away from all the hecticness that was happening around
Yeah.
Redfern, the block, Waterloo, and that at the time as well. Because I remember going to school one time and yeah, just like we had to catch a train and you just at a young age, like you see a lot of fucking shit, you know what I mean, like bad stuff, and you just like when you're younger, you see it, but then you don't. It doesn't really register what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've had some of those moments, bro. Even recently, like you just have a flashback to something, there's a seeing something on the street that we normalise because we've seen it so much, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, cause now I work with youth in a youth hostel, not a hostel, refuge.
Yep.
And like, you know, you get young fellas and that they come in there and they're like, they've got all these stories, you know, these fellas that come in and are, you know, doing this and doing that, you know, and I just think to myself, listen, I'm not here to bring you down or anything, but I don't need to hear any of all that stuff. But don't come in with this attitude that you're hectic or anything like that, because realistically, you're the most vulnerable as you can be at this moment. You know what I mean? Come in, let your guard down, so then we can help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not, don't come in with this guard up and I'm hectic, this, that, because you're not going to get no help.
Yeah.
You know, so bring it down a bit and then we can help you.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But it's also going to help you process it as well. Like to them, like
Yeah.
because you're so heightened, I'm going to say things to you, and you're going to go out there and think, what are we just talking about?
Yeah.
So it's about regulate yourself a bit, and that way we can work together.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like going back and growing up in that area. So what was you touched on playing sport at school. Did you play sport outside of school?
Yeah. Yeah, played football and basketball.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, played football up until probably like, I don't know, before I left Cowra, so like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old legs can't put up with it anymore.
Yep. No, fair enough. And did you ever beat your brother in basketball or what?
No, I don't know if I ever got to playing him one-on-one as I got older, eh?
Yeah.
I reckon I would have, but.
I can tell you, I'd say I'd never beat Will, but I just started tackling him. And he'll start calling fouls and shit, so.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't know, bro. As I got older, I mean, I just got like taller and skinnier. He put the weight on, so I'd say I was a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, never got to play basketball against him as I got older, so can't really. Yeah, I reckon I would have.
Yeah, no, fair enough, right? It's touch on your brother. How many siblings do you have, bro?
I've got one brother and 2 sisters.
Yep.
Yeah.
And where do you fall in that, bro?
I'm the youngest.
Baby, eh?
Yeah, the baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and you're touching on your parents being so powerful in the movement around not only Redfern, Waterloo, but statewide, nationally wide.
Yeah.
Growing up and understand that a bit more, do you feel that empowered you or put a bit of a, not a burden, but a bit of weight on your shoulders to carry that as well?
Yeah, I could say that. You know, because as your parents, you always want to try to live up to what they've done.
Yep.
But then coming to realise that, you know, they've helped start a movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could never live up to what they've done.
Yep.
You know, and then like from that point of view, but then from another point of view, they were just, in my eyes, they were my parents.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see them like as these heroes that some other people see them as, or, you know, people that start these movements and stuff like that. So you don't see them as that type of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Especially growing up, I just knew that we always had to go down to fucking embassy, and we was always at marches and stuff like that, you know. So
good old cold Canberra.
yeah, freezing place. I lived down there. I didn't live down there, but we stayed down there during some cold times, right? So
Yeah.
seen Canberra at the cold place, at the cold point. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you know, touch on Redfern School. So where'd you go to high school at?
Good old Clevo.
Yep.
Yeah.
How'd you find going there, bros?
Yeah, because like going to Clevo was good because when I was at Redfern Public, when I got to year 6, I was a school captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was a school captain, so, and there was me, and like, they had all my mates. They was all in the other class.
Yep.
You know, and this was all the boys that play football with.
Yep.
You know, they was all in the other year 6 class, whereas I was in the, I don't know, the normal one with, you know, the rest of year 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they were sort of, now that I think about it, they were segregated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Segregation. Fullest. Yep.
Another form of segregation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so, and when you think about it, they were all black fellas too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, and there was probably like, I don't know, there might have been about 10 in that class. And in the normal class, there was probably like 5 of us.
Yeah.
5 Koori kids.
Yep.
Yeah, so then once we got into year 7, we was all in class and stuff together.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, it was good and bad.
Yeah.
Because it was good that we're all in together, but then it was sort of like, that's when it sort of started fucking up a bit as well.
Yeah.
You know, going from like being in year 6, being like the school captain and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know, and then going in the class with all the boys that you fucking grew up with, and then next thing you know, you're fucking up and fighting and just doing.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember my mum and dad used to always go to say to me, like, you don't go to school to fuck around, you idiot. You go to school to work. You go to school to learn.
Well, look, to be honest, bro, the whole reason I got you on the podcast is that you know, I was at your speech and I voted for you at school, bro. But you didn't follow up on your promises. No.
Didn't call out racism.
No.
Just sat there and done nothing.
Nah, the thing that got me, bro, you said free canteen meals. They never come through, bro.
Never come through. I didn't even get none, bro. A couple of teachers there threw me off.
Yeah. There's a few teachers there. You bump into some of those teachers later in life too.
Yeah.
And it's funny when they see you as an adult. Like, it's that different feeling.
Different vibe.
Yeah. It's not like a power thing, but it's that different conversations, different. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I sort of see it and think, fuck, these cunts are just normal people.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then
Yeah.
when we was going to school, it was like they were like, because they're teachers, they're like the head of the class type of thing.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just sort of always got to look up to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, once you see them
Yeah.
as you get older, you think, fuck,
Yeah, you're just normal.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that about most. Still don't think putting Hilton Donovan's normal, but
Yeah.
got old Hilton down there.
He's still there too.
Yeah, part of the furniture.
Fuck, I'm gonna need a fucking truck to carry him.
But yeah, Clevo, so as you said, you know, moving in the class with your mates that were in segregation a couple of years before,
Yeah.
and then, you know, going on that journey into high school. How long did you stay at Clevo? Did you finish school or?
I went there to year 11.
Yep.
And then I had to, so bit of context. So I had to repeat. So I had to do year 10 2 times.
Yep.
And that was because of first year I was doing year 10. I just wasn't going to school enough. So wind it back a bit more. When I was in, I think I was 13. My dad passed away.
Yep.
So for me, that was a big fucking it really shook me for years too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, up until like late 20s, you're
Yep.
sort of trying to learning how to deal with that stuff.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, coming into like becoming a man and all that type of stuff. Yeah, losing dad was a big fucking big thing. So then from that, like I was still going to school, still trying to do all that type of stuff, but having this burden over your head for such a young age, you don't really you're not really thinking properly most of the time.
Yeah.
And then so then the end of that year, was it the next year? Anyways, so I ended up finishing year, I think that might have been year 8, year 9 or whatever, something like that. And then the end of that year or the next year after, we ended up getting kicked out of our house. So we had to move out of our house. And then, so Mum packed up all our fucking stuff and moved down to the embassy.
Yep.
So so we was packed up, gone down to the embassy. We was living there for a bit, and then I was just like, fuck, I can't live here.
Yeah.
So I think I was like 14 at the time, and I was like, yeah, Mum, I want to go back to Sydney.
Yep.
And she was like, no, you're fucking not. You're fucking staying here. What are you fucking doing? This. And I just harassed her for a good fucking 2 weeks straight.
Yep.
And then she was like, well, fuck it and go. And then it was weird. So there was these old Corrie ladies or Murray ladies, I think they were from Queensland.
Mm.
They were like Mum's friends, this and that. Anyways, they were going back to Sydney.
Yep.
And then I was like, I'll get a lift with them. And Mum's like, fucking no, you're not. I said, yeah, I'm getting a lift with them. They said I'm sweet, this and that. And then, end up getting a lift with them. Turns out, the lady that I got a lift with, she murdered her husband.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, I think there was like some
There was some circumstances around
it. But she only got out like probably a couple of years before that.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ended up getting the lift back.
Wow.
To Sydney.
Well, lucky she liked you.
Yeah. No, I like, fuck, well, lovely lady.
Yep.
Yeah, she was one of Mum's friends.
Yep.
Yeah, so I ended up going back to Sydney. I was living with JP there for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, stayed with JP there for a bit. And that. And then, stayed with them for a bit. And then the house was getting renovated, so I had to fucking move out. Oh yeah, me and Phil were staying there. Me and Phil Ingram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, physical. And then yeah, we had to move out because the house was getting renovated, and then, mind you, this whole time I'm still going to school.
Yeah.
Still
Or
going
trying
school,
to.
Or trying to. No,
Yeah.
well, when I was staying on in June, it was like I was all right because she'd get me up every morning and
Yeah.
say, you know, you got to go to school, this and that. And then yeah, so I was going to school like regularly then, and then ended up going staying with Murray and Maxine at Polly's place
Oh, yeah.
in Waterloo.
Yep.
So then as soon as that happened, it was like, yes,
Yeah.
hanging around Waterloo all night.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Didn't have to worry about getting back to fucking Marrieville at night.
Yep.
So, and mind you, all that time I'm like, you know, it was weird too because after I left Mum, I was a little chubby fella.
Yeah.
And then moved, and this was all in like 6 months. Mum ended up coming back to Sydney and seeing me. She's like, what the fuck have you been doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, Willei, you're fucking bony.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? So yeah, so you know, she was fucking, are you fucking on heroin, this and that? But at the time I wasn't even smoking yarny.
Yeah.
Wasn't even smoking yarny then.
She had your growth spurt.
Yeah, just had a growth spurt. Yeah, so that was that. And then me and Murray ended up getting a house in Marrieville. When I was about, I think it might have been just turned 16.
Yep.
Yeah, had a house in Marrieville. And then, yeah, that was when I was the second year of year 10. So the first year I'd done, but then they said, you haven't been coming to school enough. So they said, you're going to have to repeat year 10.
Yep.
So I said, yeah, sweet. At least now I've got a house. So that's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I wasn't just staying at Bowie's place
Yep.
before.
A bit stable.
A bit more stable. So I'd done that. And then, actually, bro, I got into fucking, when I got in a fight with Kane
Yeah.
over you.
Yep.
That was around the same time
Yep.
that I'm not suspended, but they just said to me then, what are you going to do? Are you going to be at school fucking fighting with people?
Yeah.
Or are you going to try and finish school?
Yep. In the hall. I remember that. Yeah.
Nah, that was, it was playing footy.
Oh, it's at the oval. Yes.
An oval, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a patch of grass wasn't an oval. There
Yeah.
was an oval outside that we weren't allowed to use.
Yeah,
It was a patch of grass.
A patch of grass that we played
Yeah.
football frequently on.
Yes. Yep. No, I remember that. Yeah.
Some good games of football there.
Yeah.
But yeah, then that was in my second year of. No. That was when I started year 11.
Yep.
So I was in year 11 then, and then there was a couple other situations there that sort of came around as well. I was supposed to go and play football against one of the Mount Penang,
Yep.
and then we all went to jump on the bus, but because hadn't been going to school, I went to get on the bus. I only turned up to play football.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to jump on the bus, and they said, "No, get off."
Yeah.
I remember, and then because I chucked the move bottle at the bus.
Yes. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think after that, I ended up going and seeing it. What's the deputy principal was
Bruce.
Mr. Bruce.
Mr. Bruce.
Mr. Bruce?
Was it him then, or was he the principal then?
It was a little short one. What's his name?
Irving.
Maths teacher he was.
Oh, Medway.
Medway.
Medway there. Yeah.
So he was the deputy principal at the time.
Yes, yes. I
And
was
then
angry as fella.
Yeah, he brought me in the office, and I remember him just saying, because when they brought me in the office, this had been like one of probably about 6 times I got brought into the office.
Yeah.
And then he brought me into the office, and he was like, "Mate, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like your percentage wise of coming to school is like 15% or something.
Yeah.
Out of 100, he said. you can't just turn up to play football and then if you get kicked off the bus, you're throwing stuff at the bus or, you know, I was just like, fuck school.
Fuck yous.
Fuck school anyways.
Yep.
Didn't want to learn anything anyways.
Not fair.
Dogs.
So yeah, what you doing it? You know, pushed out of school, left school. What was
yeah,
that?
well, and that itself, there was a reason. Like, it wasn't a reason behind it, but there was sort of some shit that was going on. Like, mum ended up getting like cancer in her stomach as well during that time. So it was just like so much like pressure that was just getting built up. You know what I mean? And it was just like, how are you supposed to deal with this sort of thing at that age? You know, just even as a fucking like an adult, they struggle with stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like when you see adults and their parents get cancer and stuff like that, and well, listen, you know, like it's all right. You know. But so dealing with all that stuff at that age, it was just fucking. I just used to fucking go and smoke yardy all the time, but I was just, you know,
Numb yourself.
Numb myself. Go play football, smoke yardy, you know. That was didn't really give a fuck about many things, to be honest, eh?
Yeah.
You know, you had these ambitions of doing shit, you know. Even when I was like, I don't know, I always thought I was had some potential in football and stuff like that, but, you know, just too worried about smoking yardy.
Yeah. So how long before you up and moved back home to Cowra?
I moved back home to Cowra when we lived in that house in Maryville for like 2 years. Well, I lived in that house in Maryville for like 2 years, 2.5 years, and then I moved back to Cowra when I was 18.
Yep.
And to be honest, it was probably the best thing ever done, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because, you know yourself, right? You know, living down in Sydney, even though you don't want to do dumb shit, you just get caught up in that life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Toxic breeds toxic. If you're around it, it just happens.
Yeah, you come around, what is it, figment of what is it, something of that environment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, product.
Product of the environment. Yeah.
Product of that environment, you know? And that's, like, it's now that I sit back and think about it, bro, like, before my dad passed away, like, all I wanted to do was play football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just had this, thing where I wanted to play first grade or anything like that. That was just a dream of mine to just play football, you know what I mean? And when you play football and, like, at that age, I was a half decent player, so I'd always make me dad happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he'd get up, take me to games and stuff like that. So, you know, and he was my hero.
Yeah.
You know, he still is my hero.
Yep.
You know, so to make him proud was just like, fucking oath. This is something that, you know, I might want to look into as I'm getting older and stuff like that. And then when he died, I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, you're trying to, you know, find your way in life. And then at that young age, and then, boom, your mum gets sick as well.
Yeah.
So you're just like, fuck, what the fuck am I meant to do here?
Yeah.
You know, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to go and do what the fuck I want to do type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just is what it is. And then, and you become a product of your environment. And it happens fucking pretty quickly too. You know, just going out doing dumb shit. End up doing dumb shit with people that are your mates and stuff like that. And then, you could very quickly go into, which I was going towards. You know what I mean? Like I was already going down that path.
Yeah.
You know, after dad passed away, and then when mum got sick, I was already sort of like, fuck it.
Yep.
You know, I could see myself getting locked up real easy.
Yeah.
You know, like, not see myself, even though you don't wanna,
Yeah.
It can happen real quick.
The thought processes were there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so I moved to Cowra, met my missus, and then, everything sort of changed after. Didn't happen overnight, but it just sort of started changing as I was staying in Cowra, because then I was only supposed to go out there to spend Christmas out there.
Yeah.
I still had, like, my house in Sydney.
Yep.
You know, me and Mum still had the house in Sydney, so I was going back.
Yep.
And then, I ended up just meeting my missus and fuck Sydney.
Yeah. No, it's so many stories like that, Brian. You know, it's so then I guess you're going like living in Cowra, missus, starting to put those little things in place about growth within yourself and finding out who you are. So what type of work and stuff was you doing down there?
When I first moved there, bro, like I wasn't doing any work. I was pretty much like caring for Mum.
Yep.
Yeah, like I was cared for Mum for about 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because she had cancer in her stomach, and it wasn't growing, but it wasn't
Shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't growing or it wasn't shrinking. It was just there.
Yeah.
Because of that, it caused it to be sick all the time.
Yep.
So it was just pretty much being her carer for a bit. About 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And then after like I think it was 2005. That's when my daughter was born. So it was like caring for Mum,
Yep.
being a fucking
Yep.
trying to become a
Father.
yeah.
Understand what that is and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like especially not having a father around. The first couple of years was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's just because you've got a thing in your head how you want to be the father and how you see other men, and you sort of try and mold it into how you want to be.
Yeah.
And in them first couple of years, you're trying to figure all that stuff out.
Yeah.
But so trying to figure all that stuff out and being a father. But just changed my whole sort of perspective on things as well. I was still fucking had. I feel that I had anger issues. Like probably not as bad as some people, but I still had anger issues. Like up until a couple of years ago. Still have anger issues, but especially at that younger age when I was fucking had my daughter and my son and stuff like that. Between that time, my anger issues were still there and they're still prevalent, but then you sort of start to bring them down a bit as well.
Yeah. The other thing, another way of looking at it for you too, bro, it's historically as Aboriginal men, we weren't angry or violent, so we never had problems with that.
Yeah.
It's the trauma.
Yeah.
So trauma comes out as anger.
Yeah.
So for you, it might have been that real part in your life and it might have been angry towards your dad for not being there to teach you how to be a dad.
Yeah. Yeah, well, now you say that, it probably was, because there was a lot of the times where, I used to, get drunk and stuff like that and be like, fuck, Dad, why did you leave me? But then, you see, fuck, he didn't leave me, he fucking died. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's his fate, that's how that's what happened with him, like, I can't not fucking stop him from dying, you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just an emotion we have, bro. I know for myself, and I've shared this with brothers who've lost people close to them, is sometimes, I lost my brother when I was 16. Sometimes I'll just go there and swear at him.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking cunt, like,
Yeah.
where are you? I need you. I need to do this, or, you know, when I had my son, it's like, I want you to meet my son, you know, like, those little things. And because, you know, the thing for my brother, he could never got to meet his own child.
Yeah.
Because my nephew James was born a month after my brother passed away.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
big Jamie, eh?
Yeah.
Big, yeah, I met him.
Yeah, big boy, bro.
Yeah, he's massive, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually met him.
Yeah, he's like big as Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad Jamie's not around. He might ask Will some questions, but
What's going on here?
yeah, but yeah, but yeah, so it's those little things, bro. Sometimes it's okay to be angry at people who passed away, and to think that thing sometimes, because there's things we want to share with them. You know, for you would have been I want to share.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I sit back and think all the time, fuck, it'd be good if Dad was around now.
Yeah.
You know, just to sit there and have a chat, like not a charge, a yarn with him as a man.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I remember even as a kid, he was always like, he was insightful about things. You know, he just always had, but he was sort of always straight to the point type of thing. No
Yeah,
nonsense
yeah.
type.
Yeah.
No nonsense type man, but like, yeah, you know, I only seen him as Dad as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never got old enough to see him as like the you know what it's like yourself. You know what I mean? Like when you're me myself, like when my kids are growing up, you know, there's the dad. You got to be the dad.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got to have these hard questions. You got to fucking be that guy that's, you know, pulling kids and that in the line, whatever it may be. But then, you know, as I get older as a man and I see my kids as men, then it's a totally different yarn.
The conversations change.
Totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wish I got to that stage with my dad, but you know, it is what it is. Can't do nothing about it now, but yeah.
No, and that's it, Brian. Like, just to share a little thing with you around that, like me becoming a father only over 2 years ago, just a little bit over 2 years ago, and watching my dad's relationship with my son.
Yeah.
And it's something that, because my dad was stolen, and my mum's dad passed away before I was even born. So, and my dad's foster family were just pieces of shit. So, once Dad left, that was it.
Yeah.
So, but for me, I never had a grandparent to see that. But now to see that with my dad, it's a whole, for me and my dad, it's a whole thing that we reflect on together as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I can understand for you becoming a father and not being able to share that experience with their pop, but also your dad.
Yeah.
Because I can understand now, you know, we just talk on the trauma side of things, but why you're angry as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And like before Dad passed away, I was never really angry. Now you're saying I probably was never really an angry person.
Mm.
So yeah, it probably does have a lot to do with that. Now you think about it.
But even, you know, I've known you a long time, but you're never really an angry person.
No.
You're always kind of go with the flow type of, and if there's points where you, and it wasn't ever really, I guess every time I've kind of seen you being, not going to say violent, but a person that's standing up for somebody, not someone who's gone out and seeked a fight, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you've always been that's wrong, I'm going to intervene here.
Yeah.
That's what when I've seen you have fights, when we were younger, that's where I seen it from. It was never from, I'm going to seek this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, you know, like, yeah, I just, especially like with people that are younger or people that can't really, you know, not that they can't look after themselves, but just people that are younger and someone else trying to stand over or just be fuckwits and that, like, I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
You know, and especially like, I suppose you probably, that time when I got in a fight there, that was probably one of the reasons why I was like, fuck, trying to stand over.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think you are type thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what it was, bro. You know, it's another, you know, when we look back and reflect on things, sometimes we look at it through different lens as an adult as well. You know, look back and think, oh, like school pulling you up for that, but looking back from it was like, oh, I probably wouldn't change what I've done.
No.
As an adult, you know what I mean? Like
No.
I stood up for something I thought that was wrong at that time. Looking at it now, it probably still was wrong. So I wouldn't have changed what I'd done there. So that outcome would have remained the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes I look back in life and it's like, and I said it to my old man not long after I had my son, was I lived a life that some things I'm not proud of. Some things I've done I'm definitely not proud of. But if I didn't live that life, I might have never led to this point of having my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes things happen in life that are shit. We're shit in that time potentially. But, you know, it's up to us to make those changes as we get older and learn things.
Well, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, I feel that when I was younger and there was just dumb shit that I was doing, like I feel that, a lot of the times, like I talk to people about, you know, when I was younger and you go fucking thieving or whatnot and doing shit like that. The reason why I'd do it was to get a feed most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like most of the time it wasn't to fucking make heaps of money and to walk around like, yeah, I got bundles, this and that.
Yeah.
My thing was,
I'm hungry, I need to do this.
I need this, and that's why I have to do what I've got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was never about, you know, having the best clothes, you know, all that type of shit. I am making bundles.
Yeah.
That wasn't my thing. Was growing up. That wasn't. I didn't really like. I used to see it all the fucking time, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done some fucking dumb shit, but like, and maybe at the time it might have seemed like I was fucking enjoying it or whatever, but. You know, I didn't, as I got older, fuck, what an idiot.
Yeah, it was survival. So,
yeah.
You know, I mean, you touched on there being a 16-year-old kid moving in with your brother into your own place.
Pretty much.
Trying to go to school, trying to live on ab study. There's got to be times that you did go to bed hungry.
100%.
You know what I mean? And so some of those times you might have done something stupid to feed yourself.
And bro, like, 16-year-old kid, but then fucking Murray left me too.
Yeah.
So pretty much living in the house by myself.
Look, as much as Muzzy would have been back and forth, it would have been.
He took off the Walgett.
Walgett.
Yeah.
Oh yep, chasing his missus up Walgett.
Yeah, took off the Walgett, bro. And and I remember the phone call. He was like, "Will, yeah, what's going on?" He's like, "No, I'm going to Walgett. I don't know how long I'm going to be up there for. House is yours now." But that was it. So yeah, I was like, in my head I'm thinking, yeah, fucking oath, mad.
Party!
What?
Yeah,
I wasn't a party type, but I was just a fucking pothead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking, yeah, mad. And then when you sit at home by yourself, fucking no cunt around, like, fuck.
Yeah.
What am I going to eat? What the fuck am I meant to eat? Yeah, I had a lot of fucking me cousins and they come and stay there with me too, bro. Do some dumb shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Mind you, during all that, like, now that I'm older, I was in an addiction too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was a full-blown pothead.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I had to have a fucking draw almost every night, or every night before I went to bed.
Yep.
You know? So, they got to fucking navigate through all that shit as well.
100%, bro, you know, and you know, fast forward and having your kids and meeting your missus and Kiara, what was the move to come up to Central Coast?
Yeah, well, I lived in Kiara for 19 or 20 years, bro. So I lived there for like 19 or 20 years. And then me and my missus was just like, fuck, we need to, because there's not much in Kiara, bro.
Yeah.
Not much happening out there. You know, in terms of work, schooling, you know, all that type of stuff. So it was just like, fuck, let's move. And we'd been talking about it for a good, 4 or 5 years before we actually done it. And then just before Christmas one time we end up. She was applying for houses here and there, and then boom, and end up getting approved for a house. Yeah, this was in 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, so got a house up here, moved up here, and I feel that moving up here as well has fucking changed my life as well, because not last year, year before, I ended up like my missus and that was playing netball.
Yeah.
The missus and my daughter were playing netball in this team, and it was the grand final this day.
Yep.
And I was working right next to where they play netball, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll go and watch them.
Yeah.
Just after I finish work, I'll go and watch anyways. Go watch, and then there was this bloke there, named Ray Kelly. So after the game, I seen him during the game and stuff, but then after the game, because he's a fair fella, but he's Corey.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey brother, how you going?" And then when he started talking like that to me, I thought, "Fucking must be Corey."
Yep.
And I was like, "Hey brother, how you going? What's going on?" And he said, "Hey, what's your name?" This and that. I told him your name, and then he was like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" And I told him, working in youth refuge and stuff like that. And then I said, "What do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a diabetic educator, sports." I'm a sports psychologist or physicist or whatever.
Yeah.
But he said, "But I work alongside diabetics and stuff like that." I said, "Oh yeah, that's funny." I said, "Because I'm a diabetic."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, so what are your sugar levels and stuff?" And I told him his sugar level. He was like, "Fuck, that's pretty high."
Yeah.
And at the time, like I wasn't like really overweight or anything.
Yeah.
Never like a massive.
Yep.
And then he was like, "Oh, come see me tomorrow." He said, I'll put you on my program." He said, I don't like to guarantee anything, but he said, I can almost guarantee that I'll bring your sugar levels down a lot.
Wow.
And I was like, "All right, sweet." And mind you, before that, bro, like there was times where I'd fucking train 5 or 6 days out of the week.
Yep.
You go back and see the doctors and stuff like that, the diabetic educators, all these people, and they'd say, "Oh yeah, it's good that you're doing that, but you're probably still going to be a diabetic for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
This, that. And I'm like, I'm mad.
Yeah.
And that really fucking helps me.
Yeah.
And then also with that, the doctors, diabetic educators, dietitians, they would always tell me every time I had like my medication, and I was on insulin at the time as well. Every time I had that, they said, "Oh, you got to have carbs with your with your medication. Helps go through the body,
Post process, blah blah blah,
all that jazz." I'm like, all right. So this is the information that I've been told for the last 20 odd years.
Yep.
So I've been a diabetic for 20 years now, or
Yep.
that I know about.
Yep.
Anyways, I meet this bloke and he says, "No, you don't need to do any of that stuff. All these carbs that you eat, you don't need to eat."
Yeah.
He said, he put me one of these patches on, the things that they check your sugar levels.
Oh, they get a little thing,
those sort of things, yeah. So he gave me one of them and he said, "Go home," he said, "stick to this diet, which is just pretty much like a keto diet.
Yep.
Just no carbs.
Yep.
Or very low carbs."
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, "Just cut out bread, rice, pasta, and potato."
Yep.
He said, "Just cut that out." He said, "You can still eat sweet potato, but just not too much of it. There is carbs and stuff in vegetables like broccoli and
It's just
it's
don't overindulge in it, stuff.
Well, the carbs that are in vegetables, they digest in your body.
Yep.
They're like very minimal.
Yep.
Anyways, he said you can eat all that stuff.
Yep.
He said, "But just stick to this strict diet for the next 2 weeks
Yeah.
and see how you go." And I was like, "Yeah, sweet." Within 2 weeks, I was off all insulin.
Wow.
And at the time, before it, I was injecting of fast-acting insulin, 16 to 20 units 3 times a day.
Fuck.
And of the slow-acting, up to 50 units twice a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was fucking high doses.
Yeah.
Yeah, between 40 and 50 units twice a day. So I was really high doses.
Yeah.
And then within 2 weeks, a week and a half, he said, because my sugar levels were dropping too low.
Yep.
He said, no, just get off the insulin altogether.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and that was going into 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and in that time, I lost like probably about 20 to 25 kilos as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Have you continued that or?
Yeah, so, like, now I've brought carbs back in, but, like, because you've got better information about it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, before, it was just you'd have carbs and then you got to have carbs with your fucking dinner.
Yeah.
So carbs are all over the place.
Yeah.
So the studies have shown that our stomachs haven't learned to break
Carbs.
these
I argue with
carbs
doctor
down.
about it all the time, but yeah.
Right, well that's right. If you're a diabetic too,
Yeah.
right, cut out the carbs.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
What are you just on tablets or?
Just the tablets, bro. Yeah.
Well, if you're just on tablets, bro, if you cut out carbs and do it for like, so I done this diet for probably about 4 months, and now my sugar levels, like before, my sugar levels, my HbA1c were 11.
Yep.
That's high.
High. Yeah.
Now they're like 6.8.
Yeah. And that's your normal range.
Yeah.
Under 7. Yeah.
Under 7 is your normal range.
Yeah.
So 6. I dare say they might be back up over 7, like maybe 7.2 or something like that. But that's
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I brought carbs back in.
Yeah.
Just because I was losing too much weight.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was just fucking
Yeah.
wasting away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then but yeah, now there's like I'll have carbs one day and then the next day I'll just fucking fast.
Yep.
And then I'll have just a high protein meal or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just brings it back to so it's and like when you sit back and think about it, bro, that's fucking simple.
100%.
It's not even hard.
100%, Brian. It's those little things, what you said there about carbs is, like I said, I argue with the doctor about that a bit. The other thing I argue about was you touched on there, fasting. Is, you shouldn't be fasting, you shouldn't be doing this. Or historically, our people fast because there wasn't always food around.
100%.
You know what I mean? So, and we've survived longer than anybody else.
Way longer.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
we must have knew something. And also, the first diabetic case in our people is, I think it was only 1960.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the thing about fasting is right as well that, and I used to do a lot of that before I even knew about this.
Yeah.
Before I even knew about that, and that was a way to sort of keep my sugars intact.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yep.
And so I'd just fast all day.
Yeah.
Because pre-colonization, men wouldn't eat most of the day.
Yeah.
Just because they were out fucking searching for food.
Yep.
Or most of the day, then once they've got their food, that's when they'll start eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Western food that's brought into our people has just fucked our people over.
100% it has.
Yeah.
And sugar being the biggest.
Oh, gosh. And now, bro, I'm addicted to sugar.
Yeah. It's an addiction.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel that fucking it's probably as bad as all these other drugs that are around.
100%. There's a uncle that I've done my first podcast with, and I've done another one, Ivan Clark. He does workshops in the jails around trauma and stuff, but he goes into addiction because he's 25 years sober now.
Yeah, right.
But he talks about our first ever addiction is sugar.
Yeah.
And he goes, because our relationship with sugar as well, because we're only still new to sugar.
Yeah.
So our relationship with it is very abstract and we don't know that much about it. That it's our first addiction. And it's actually one of the hardest withdrawal processes coming off sugar.
Yeah.
It's up there with heroin.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And like when you sit and think about things like and you So yeah, if you haven't had sugar for a day or so, or 2
Yep.
days or so, and then you have like a bit of chocolate or something, it's like fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like what's
The body
Give
just
me-
goes whoa.
Give
Yeah.
me some more of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's exactly how fucking drugs are.
100%.
You know what I
100%,
mean?
brother. 100%. And it's those little snippets of it that as adults we can see. So imagine what it's doing for our babies. And using chocolates and sugar as rewards for our babies.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, you've been good today. Here's a chocolate.
Here's chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I see it now. My youngest man, he just loves the chocolate.
Yeah.
Or he just loves sugary stuff.
Yep.
You know, and that's a thing too. Like when you're a kid, you've got no control over that.
No.
You know what I mean? You've got no control over your urges or anything like that as well. So it goes back to, when we're getting on fucking drugs and smoking yandy and doing all this shit at young ages, we don't have no fucking control over it.
No.
We've got no control over these urges that we're getting.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's a whole vicious cycle that we're getting caught up in.
Yep.
And it's now that you're older and you think about it, you think, fucking hell, man, like, yeah, it's a thing that you sort of need to start making aware to as many people as you can.
100%. And the other thing he touches on, and Uncle Ivy goes like, over a year period, historically our people probably had 2 teaspoons of sugar, and it might have been from a honey.
Yeah.
Like it was actually natural sugar, it wasn't
Yeah.
this processed shit as well.
Yeah.
So, but it's not talked enough that it is an addiction.
Yeah.
And same as caffeine,
Yeah.
we don't talk about these things because, and it's, she's about
Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol, 100%. 100%.
It's all in a fucking dictionary, but it's all introduced to us as well.
Yeah. Gambling.
Yep. All these fucking things, right?
Yeah.
And it's all introduced to us.
And that's it, my partner's not gonna like it, but she'll say in the morning, I need a coffee. And I'm like, no, you want a coffee.
Yeah. It's always a.
And my thing is, what I put it back to is the words we use around our son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we're saying we need something like that, then we start to rationalize that thinking as a child. Sugar, I need that.
Yeah.
I need it.
Well, fuck, bud. Yeah, I get up every morning and look for a coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Never drank it, bro.
Never drunk it?
Never drank it.
Don't do it, bro. don't get onto it, eh?
I'll be honest, I've been addicted to pre-workouts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been addicted to them over time. Yeah.
Bro, they're, like, if you're addicted to them, they're fucking too much.
Yeah.
They're like fucking have you buzzing and then, like, it's a bad come down as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, so for me, yeah, it was, because I trained in the morning, some mornings I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll have some pre-workout, and then it turned into, I'll just have a bit of pre-workout to get through this day or get through that. So it's any addiction, you start to find excuses to use it.
Yeah, 100%. I still, well, fuck, now I think about it, I probably do that every now and again too.
Yeah.
Like, even just before here, I went and bought 2 Vs.
Yeah. Those little things, bro, but yeah. So that, yeah, as you know, brother, the final question is, when it's all said and done, from the dream time, what do you want to remember for, my brother?
I remember you asked me a question, but I forgot about it.
Yeah. As I said, bro, you don't have to answer it. It's just a reflection, but it's up to you.
But you know it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
Growing up as a kid and all that, you've known me for a fucking very long time.
Yeah.
What do you think of me as a person?
As a person, I think you're a deadly brother, foremost. But the biggest thing I do always think about when I think of, even when Jason Boy mentioned willei in Central Coast, is your sense of family, but also always putting your family first, even when it put you in worse circumstances.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that sort of goes back to what I want to be known as well. So when I'm sitting at the table, I just want to be known as as a good person and a good father.
That's it, bro. Thanks, bud.
Thanks for having me.
Nah, all good, bro. How'd you find that, bro?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah?
It's just a yarn, really.
100%.